Today, I'm going to be showing you the ultimate organization. This is so amazing, and it is definitely one you are not going to want to miss. What have I got going on for you for today? Today, I am so excited to be bringing to you the ultimate organization. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to quit my gabbing. Let's go head into the garage and take a look. Let's go outside and let me show you how I tried my best to make this room look like part of the house itself. Today, I'm going to be revealing the hidden truth of what my attic really looks like. This is something that has been weighing on me for quite some time now. And because it has gotten so out of hand, I just avoided it and ignored it. But it is to the point now where everything in my house is done except for the attic. It's not something that I can ignore anymore because I know it's there. I know it's the last thing that needs to be done in this house. And so I just need to do it. I don't know how it got as bad as it has gotten. I want to say that it is 17 years of accumulating stuff and wanting everything in, I guess, view to be neat and organized. And when I didn't know what to do with the other stuff, it just kind of went upstairs and it compiled. And now it is to the point that it is at. And I know that I'm not the only one that this has happened to or is happening to. And I think that so many times when something like this happens, it gets so out of control that you just leave it because you don't know how to tackle it. I don't know how many times I went up in my attic with the intent of just taking a carload of stuff to the donation center or take down just a bag of trash every Monday. And every time I went up there to do that, I looked at it and I just thought, like, I can't even walk. I don't know where to start. And I should have just started with what was right in front of me, but it just was so much and it was so heavy on my shoulders that I would turn around, go down the stairs, close up the attic, and walk away. And so I'm gonna show you the hidden truths of my attic. So I'm gonna quit my gabbing and let's go take a look. This utility access is perfect for emptying out my attic. I've sectioned it off into these sections of donate, and I use just regular painter's tape, sort, and I want to say keep is the next one. There is so much space here that it will be easy to do. Of course, trash. So this is a big enough area to empty out the attic today and put it in its rightful sections. In the garage, I've got this access here that pulls down. It's a ladder which allows me to go up into my attic. I have a somewhat finished attic. Not with drywall, just with plywood, allowing me to use it for storage so I can easily use this ladder and go up. So yeah, let's go on up and take a look at what I have ahead of me for today. Goodness, it's bad. I don't even know how it got this bad. I really don't. Like, it's bad, bad, bad. Like, overwhelmingly bad, I feel like. This is why I have not gone up here. Yeah, the gray. This isn't even a gray cloud. This is just, wow. I don't even know what cloud this is, but it is something. And it's gonna get handled today. This is going to be empty today. So we are on our way to a cleaner, more organized. Oh my word, look at that. That right there, that is a wedding dress. my wedding dress to Jeff that is vacuum pressed. Wowzers. Eeks. Yeah. So this is going to change. I decided the best plan of attack was to kind of sort things as we went. I initially thought that I was going to do, oh, Kayla's showing us a slipper that she crocheted. That's awesome. Yes, so like I was saying, I decided the best plan of attack was to sort as I go because I just felt like I'm already touching the box. Why do I need to touch it again to sort it? So I just felt like since I had the help, I really just had trash bags up in the attic with me and decided that I would just go ahead and sort as I went. Now, since Jason wasn't here yet, my adopted son, to help us, I decided that the sorting needed to happen before he got there because I really didn't want to make him wait as I was sorting up in the attic. And the main things were things like yarn and the crafting supplies. Kayla and I had bins and bins and bins of yarn. And so I took these gray bins that I had purchased a while ago at Walmart. I want to say that these are 32-gallon bins. And I told Kayla that she could do one bin and I would do two because I had way more yarn than she did. And the rest of it was going to be donated. And stuff like yarn, I wanted to donate to the school. I just felt like the schools could use it for maybe craft projects. And so I was really kind of decisive about where I wanted things donated because I really just wanted to get the most out of the items that I was donating. And so, yeah, I felt like yarn would be good at the school and they can disperse it amongst the teachers and they could use it for crafting. So, yeah. We actually found a bin of hats that we had made for City of Hope for the Cancer Society and the hospital for babies. I don't know how this didn't get donated, but yeah, we were really into making hats for a while. Berets to be exact. Not sure why, but Kayla really liked this one. So we decided the best way to go about doing this was me up in the attic, and so I'm not constantly going up and down the ladder. I could, I guess, somewhat go halfway down the ladder and hand down some of the boxes and items that are up in the attic, and Kayla and Jason would be down to receive them or meet me halfway on the ladder. There were a lot of really heavy items and I just didn't want anybody getting hurt, so this was the best way to do it. I really did spend about 6 hours up in this attic. Just handing items down. It took us a total of 6 hours. Oh my word. Even just hearing that, can you imagine 6 hours of stuff that I was sifting through and taking it down out of the attic? My word, the attic doesn't look like it's the only thing that needs to be done. That shelf right there definitely needs to be reorganized. In my defense though, that shelf is the easy access shelf. Yes, that's what I call it, because this is the shelf that I use the most when I'm DIYing or doing a video. Most of my everyday go-to items are on this shelf, but yes, this is going to be handled next. When taking on bigger projects like this, Kayla and I have always been under the mindset of making it fun, taking out as much of the stress as we can, because why make it stressful? Why be grumpy? We've got to do this. If we're grumpy, it's not going to make it better. It's not going to make it go by faster. It's going to make it more miserable. And so we always just make it fun. And when I tell you we make it fun, we really do. How do you make a project like this fun? You joke, you laugh, you laugh at things that you're pulling down instead of being embarrassed by it. You just laugh at it. I've always been one who's been able to laugh at myself. And so Jason is always fit into our family because of that. He is somebody that we can laugh with. He has the same sense of humor as us. He's not somebody who takes life too seriously or takes himself too seriously. He's someone who can laugh at himself just like we do. And so when I tell you that cleaning out this attic was 6 hours of fun with them, it really was. We laughed, we cried for 6 hours, and we had a good time. Although it was a lot of work, it's something that we're gonna look back on and remember things that we said, things that we did, things that we found. And there are plenty of inside jokes that now are added to our collection of inside jokes. And I'm sorry for some of the blur that's going in and out. The light from the door is just messing with the camera a bit. We are nearing the end. This was the last hour. We were taking down the last couple of items that were in the rafters, not on the plywood. And the orange cord that you're seeing there is an extension cord because the shop vac is up there. I am up there vacuuming my attic. I have carpet up there. There was about an inch of dirt just layered up there, and there were pine needles from my artificial Christmas tree. And so I just really wanted to get it as clean as possible and do away with some of that dust and have a nice fresh, clean start in this attic. And so, yeah, I can't wait to show you the end result. And here we go. This is the Christmas donate pile here. Most of it, like I said, was Christmas that was up there, and this is being donated to families that lost everything in a flood. There are a few families that don't have any Christmas decor left, and so I am giving this to them. And this here is my keep pile. This is all that I am keeping from up in that attic. That's it. I wanted to get rid of 90% of it. And when you look at this, the bins aren't even full. So really there isn't even all that much that I am keeping, but this is all that I promised myself I was gonna keep, and really just only keep what I used last year. And this is the trash pile. There is a pile out on the curb of donate that I posted on the Nextdoor app for people to come and pick up. And so all day I kept doing that. But this is what came out of the attic, 6 hours worth of work. Okay, drum roll please. Shall we check out the attic? Completely finished. Improvement already. Look at that, we can see the light switch. Pan out here, and there we go. The attic is done. 100% done. This is it. And this is all that I'm keeping. And I will tell you that the bins, the black and yellow bins that don't have tags on them, yep, they're empty. I use these black bins for each of the holidays and the amount of decor that I'm keeping for each holiday. So this bin here is for fall. These are tags that I've been using on all of my cube organizing bins. And so I just figured I'd continue on with that because they can easily be changed out instead of writing on the container itself. And so I feel like I should have two for fall, but there might be a fall one in my Christmas shed that I need to bring up here. But nonetheless, we've got a fall. We have Christmas blow-ups. We've got St. Patrick's Day. And we've got Valentine's Day. Those, I feel like I only need one bin for because I only do my mantle and my porch. The bins are a bit mismatched, and I may change out these clear ones in time. These are keepsake bins. This one is my keepsakes from when I was growing up. This bottom one here is all the kids' school pictures, and up there at the top is the 3 memory boxes that I made for my nieces and nephew when my sister passed away when I cleaned out her house. And so I've had those for about 3 years now, and I'll hold on to them until a day comes where I feel like it's special enough to give her kids their boxes. I'll show you for those of you who haven't seen. I made a box for each of her kids. And that was Hayden's, and then down below is Aubrey and Tallene's box. And it's just got some personal mementos in them and pictures that I thought the kids would like and appreciate someday. These clear bins back here in back of this black one and that blue one, the blue one is Ray's bin of all his keepsakes through school and elementary school, all those fun, cute projects and Mother's Day gifts and Christmas ornaments that they make you. I kept everything, some of the fun projects that they did, memory books and stuff. I always think that that stuff is fun to keep, so when they grow up, they can look back on it and look through it and kind of get a good chuckle. The middle one is Kayla's, and then Allie's is a work in progress. But those, I don't know that I'm going to switch them out. I may in time, but I just didn't feel like spending the money on the bins because those bins, those black and yellow bins aren't super cheap. I've got Allie's Elf on the Shelf. I've got 3 bins up here of Elf on the Shelf. I've been doing Elf on the Shelf with her for 9 years. And these are DIYs that I've done for it. And so throughout the years, I can reuse them and interchange them and whatnot. And so that's always fun to do. But those will stay up here because I don't want her to see them. And then, of course, I have Allie's baby keepsakes from when she was a baby. And then over here, I do have 3 Christmas bins, these gray ones. Now, these gray bins, I had the intent when I bought that one. I think I bought 6 or 8 of them. And I did have the intent of doing the 1 bin per holiday type thing. And it just never worked out. As you can see, the attic had gotten out of hand and it never went where I wanted it to go. But this attic, I would say, was 70% Christmas. And so I got rid of 90% of what was up here and only kept what is in these 3 bins here. And I do have a Christmas shed. And this past Christmas, whatever I used went in the shed and everything else was gonna go. And from here on out, all the Christmas stuff, once I clean out that shed, will only be in the shed. And so, yeah, the Christmas shed doesn't really need to be cleaned out. It just needs to be reorganized and put in bins because right now everything's in cardboard boxes from Amazon. And so once I get it neater and more organized, these bins will go in that shed, so then I no longer have to come up here for Christmas stuff. It's all just in the shed. And then once upon a time, I used to be into scrapbooking, and so I have this huge bin of scrapbooks and photo albums. But yeah, you can see that I am really organized, and I couldn't be happier. Over here, I do have just some stuff that I didn't want in the house because it takes up too much room. Kayla has a bin of yarn and I've got 2 bins. We had way more than that, but we narrowed it down and just kept what we will use. And yeah, this is where I am going to store right here where this rabbit is, all my stand-up porch decor as it rotates in and out. And then I've got bins for party serving sets that I like to use whenever I have a get-together or a dinner. I've got a galvanized set there, and of course, I've got a rustic cream set, go figure. And then I've got some extra blankets that my mom made, and because my mom is no longer, I wanted to keep them, and to keep them, not only are they in this bin, but I used the Dollar Tree vacuum bags, and so I put the quilts and the blankets that she crocheted in those vacuum bags and vacuum sealed them so I could put more in the bin and they would all fit. And then on the bottom one is just quilts that I've made. There's this kind of area back here that's tucked away, and that is where I have my 10-foot Christmas tree that comes in 4 pieces. And so I felt like that was the perfect spot for it, out of the way, so that way it's not in the way all year and it's easy to get to when the time comes. Yes, we do not wear shoes in the house. Now, although this is not the craft stuff, so many of you did see that this is how I organized the garage part of the garage. The other area, which is my craft area. And so although this is a garage, I wanted it to feel like another room, a storage room, if you will. And when you go on this side of the garage, I wanted it to feel like the storage for my crafting supplies. And so this is where I go shopping when I need something for a DIY. So this here is Kayla's shelf. This is just a plastic shelf that I bought by Hypertough at Walmart. It's nothing fancy, but it is, I will tell you, zip tied. I think you can kind of see the zip ties all the way down to this heavier set shelf, because it's not the most durable, it's not the best, but Kayla is such an artist too and is creative like myself, and she had all of this stuff in her room, and her room just didn't feel like her room anymore. It felt like a hodgepodge of things. So not only did she get the shelf, but she got a shed too, so now her room is just her room. You come over to this shelf, I've got my sewing stuff here. I've got more of these bins, extra ones, because I bought them online. And I've got stuff, you know, just the wall decor plaques and whatnot that you see at Dollar Tree that are amazing, that I like to use in my DIYs. Some of the glassware, of course, and then just other stuff as well. Sand, DIY soap, the tiles that are amazing, wax, and then this is now where I keep my scrapbooking paper. Out here, I didn't want it in the house anymore. These blue bins were marked down to $7 at Walmart right now, and only the blue ones are. And so I figured for $7 versus $12, that is a steal, and they will be perfect for my craft room and the garage. And then we've got stuff down here like my Jenga blocks there. I've got Dollar Tree wood pieces, Dollar Tree frames. I've got a couple bins of the Dollar Tree wood pieces because I do so many tiered trays. One of these longer clear bins is just for gift bags. I do reuse gift bags. I do. When I get one, if it's in good condition, I reuse it. And so this longer Sterilite bin is perfect for that. I've got one of the bigger clear containers that are just for the wall decor plaques that I like to repurpose. And so if it doesn't fit in there, no more gets added to it. I like to use these clear bins for my crafting items because I like to see exactly what's inside of them. These clear bins are bins that you can get at Walmart. I couldn't find one of the plastic paper towel holders, and so I wanted paper towels in my garage because I'm always in here doing stuff, and so I used one of Dollar Tree's things, and then I just zip tied it to my shelf, and it kept sliding off. So yeah, ingenuity at its finest. I do use one of these. My glasses are on it right now, and that's so I don't misplace them. But my phone typically goes here, and I have a phone charger. And so when I'm out here, I place my phone in there so I don't misplace it, and then, yeah. So here we go to the good stuff. Before I organized this garage, I will tell you that things for Easter were probably in 10 different places, no joke. And so I never really knew what I had to DIY for Easter, and I found that I was rebuying stuff at Dollar Tree that I already had because I didn't know where the stuff was. For each holiday or season, it gets one bin. And everything that I had for that holiday or season went in that bin. So now when Easter comes, guess what? Yes, the satisfaction in this is taking this bin out and looking through it when it's time to do some spring and Easter DIYs or time to do some Christmas. How about fall? We love fall. I might do a few Halloween. Once in a while I do. You can see that one is not very full. And I do have one up there. It's driving me crazy that it's out of place, but for Valentine's Day, because that's another fun one. I feel like the key to the ultimate craft organization is being able to see what is in each bin and labeling it. I think labeling really was the key to everything for me, because I just come out here and I know where it is, or I just look for the tag, and that is just, you know, there are some mismatched things, but I will tell you that the budget I had for the garage is gone, and so there was nothing left to do this stuff up here. That's gonna have to wait. I'm not one who blows my budget. I love stamps. We've got glitter, we've got embroidery string, paper flowers. You see it all, clothespin. Yes, more twine, can never have enough of that. Felt flowers, rhinestones, buttons, and brads. And look at that. That there, everybody, is my stash of Waverly paint since Walmart stopped carrying it. This is what everybody has sent to me. I did buy a little bit, but so many of you subscribers sent me Waverly paint, and oh my word, yes, I will not need to buy any forever. So I will tell you that whatever burlap ribbon I had, if it doesn't fit in this drawer, I didn't keep it. I donated it. But you see how I organized everything. And these are all the fake flowers that I keep. The flowers, berries and cotton, more flowers, and yes, I do have a healthy stash of fabric. 290-gallon bins of fabric and some smaller ones of fat quarters. These here are the shelves that you can get at Costco and Sam's Club for about $230. And then I want to say that these heavier dutier ones are from Lowe's, and these are a bit more expensive. You need to wait for these drawers to go on sale at Walmart. The wider ones, and these are not the fancy ones, these are the Sterilite low budget ones. They're not the woven ones. These ones typically are $21. They go on rollback to $15. So you want to keep your eye open for them, because that was what I waited for, because I knew I wanted to get more of these. And I had a lot of these half bins that I reused. I wasn't going to throw them away and get bigger ones. And so I did use those. Those were ones that I already had, but I did pick up about 8 of these larger ones. And yes, this is how it is organized. And this here is cardstock. I should probably put that over with the scrapbooking paper. I'm not sure why it's still there. I think I'm gonna move that actually. But yes, I do have a healthy stash of cardstock because I use it all the time in my Cricut. Stickers, I really downsized when it came to stickers, if you can believe that. Felt is another thing I love to use around fall and harvest. And my favorite farmhouse flowers are in there, which are separate from the holiday and seasonal flowers that are down there. And so yes, this I would say is the ultimate craft organization. I am loving the way this is. This is on a budget, I would say, 100% on a budget. You know, I will tell you, I put aside $200 out of my home improvement money to organize my craft stuff. $200 is what I spent on tags, bins, shoe bins, is pretty much what I spent, and the bulk of it was, like I said, the plastic drawers here. I couldn't be happier with the way it looks. There is stuff on the back side of this. This is a 3-car garage. This is the single car garage. So let me open this up and go around and show you what I did over there. It's not really craft related, but I had 3 feet back there that I wanted to utilize, so I'll show you how I utilized it. And here is the back side of that. There is seriously just enough room to shut the garage door. This garage door really doesn't get opened all that much. This was a bin that was in Kayla's room that I was going to donate. I did take the top off of it, it's right here, because it would not fit under my shelf with the top on it. And I wanted the convenience when I washed my car of just opening this garage door and having access to everything that I need to wash my car, not having to go in and out of the garage to get everything I need. And so yeah, I cleaned it up and it works perfect for everything that I need. Yes, I use Dollar Tree stuff. It does work. Yes, but I will tell you that the best tire shine ever is this tire shine here that you can get at Costco in a 3-pack. Oh my word, when it says untouchable, yes, it really is. I love my tires to look wet. And so yeah, all of this stuff is just in here and it makes it really easy for me to wash my car, along with the waxes and the soaps that I use right there. And when I close it, nobody's none the wiser. These are the rolls that I use for the backgrounds of my videos. And since I don't need them all that often, I just leave them out here in a 5-gallon bucket. So when I do need to change out my backgrounds because they're run down, I can get them. Thank you, Single Car Garage. I am going to utilize all of the space that I can to make everything neat, accessible, and convenient. And so this here, pan, is my finished garage, 100% done. The attic up here is done. Oh, let me just show you. Yes, I am true to my nature. That is a twine ball that I attached to this, which is the access to my attic. And yeah, and so there was just a cord there before, but it definitely needed a twine ball. At the end of the day, I am living a happier, healthier, more organized life. And yes, people, I am not a minimalist by any means. I am a crafter on YouTube, a DIYer. That is what I do for a living. So this is a must. I don't expect that everybody is going to have this amount of supplies, but just keep in mind, in my defense, that this is what I do for a living. This is my full-time job, YouTube. And so this is needed. How about a quick peek into the craft room? I've done a bit of fine tuning. For the most part, I would say that the craft room looks the same aesthetically, but organization-wise, I did put about $100 of my budget into adding to the, I guess, organization of this. When I first did this room, I really was limited because I had already put money into painting it, buying the chair and whatnot, and the desks, and so it was something that had to wait. It's been about 1.5 years since I've done this craft room, and so you will see that there are several different areas to this room, and this isn't a huge room, but I really did maximize the space that I did have to suit the needs that I needed. And so you can see here, over here is my computer area. This is not the computer I edit on. This computer is strictly for crafting. Editing on a laptop is really hard to do. It really takes a lot longer to edit a video on a laptop versus a desktop. I started out editing on a laptop for my first couple years. Then my son built me this monstrosity of a computer that is strictly for editing. And this monster does my editing, I would say, in half the time that I did on my laptop, therefore making it more time efficient And so yes, this is where I do all of my editing, and there is my mic for my voiceovers. I will say when I write my blogs, I come in this room and shut the door, and this is where I write my blogs. But it's just more convenient to have a computer that is set up to my Cricuts. And yes, this is my Cricut area. And I do have these because, as most of you know, I am sponsored by Cricut since I want to say last year sometime. And so it has been a great collaboration with them that I've really enjoyed creating content for them. But yes, as we rotate here, you will see that this here is the filming area for my DIYs, and this pretty much just stays up. I initially bought this table because it is a collapsible table, but I just find that because I have such a good setup in this room, I don't need to take this down, and it saves so much time not having to set my lighting up, my cameras up, the table up, the background up. All I have to do is really just turn this chair around and work. Now, this craft table was originally in the central living area of my house. This was the first upgraded craft table that I ever had that I put in my living room. And it was the background of a lot of my videos. And I loved it so much that I just kind of cleaned it up, brought it in here, and this was the perfect wall for it. I don't really do much creating there. I feel like it acts more of a storage than anything and a place for my TV. But it's great for Allie if she wants to come in here and just do her schoolwork as well if I'm on the computer. And so yes, this is where not all, but I would say 75% of the creating happens, along with, like I said, turning this way, and that is where I film my intros. This is where I keep a lot of the everyday things that I use in DIYing. Items that I use most often, and so I like them being in here so I don't have to go out to the garage all the time. So let's take a look at some of the fine tuning that I've done. Aha, here we go. Okay, it may look very similar, but it has changed quite a bit. These plastic bins are full of DIYs that are ready to do in film. My journals, calendars, and whatnot, appointment books, I keep all in here. These two are DIYs that I am getting ready to film now. The ones up here are future ones. These are ones that need to be done ASAP for upcoming holidays and whatnot. These drawers are new. Like I told you, I think I bought 10 of them because they were $7. And I used to have the rolling cart with the drawers, and I think that there were 12 drawers in each cart, maybe 10. I found that the drawers were horrendous. I was over the drawers. The drawers in the rolling cart would collapse into each other. When I would go to open them, they'd fall out of the guides or the railing. And it was just one of those things that I absolutely hated. And there wasn't even all that much weight in them. And so when I saw that these were $7, they're much more sturdy. The drawers are bigger, more heavy duty. And so I just took the plunge and bought these to replace the rolling cart drawers. And I couldn't be happier with it. I think it's so much better, and went ahead this time and labeled each of the drawers so I'm not opening every drawer looking for what it is that I'm looking for, because maybe I forget what drawer it's in. I do keep a lot of vinyl in here because I use heat transfer and regular transfer vinyl a lot. Because I use so many mats, I went ahead and put some screws into the wall here to hang up my different colored mats. And I also did it along this wall space as well. And these here are just shelves that you can buy at Michael's, and they fit the 12 by 12 containers that Michael's sells in them perfectly. I, of course, altered them and left some of the shelves out to give me bigger spaces in some of the areas. But as you can see, I've reorganized so much that I have a lot of empty bins now. And again, I use the drawers. I've got 2 sets of the smaller drawers here. And then I have an old mainstay shelf that I use. I think that was in Ray's room. And in these, I really just kind of use, I don't know if you can see, this is where I keep all my planks and sticks. Sorry if that's a little blurry. And then my Simply Earth there in the back. This is a closet, and I really wanted to get the most out of the closet. And so I added a long shelf the whole length of the closet so I could utilize the space in between this and up here. It was just an empty space that I felt like was getting wasted. And so by adding a shelf to it, it then allowed me to put these bins for upcoming DIYs. The bins are kind of mismatched. Again, I really didn't put aside a lot of money for this room, but they work. And so maybe someday I'll change them out, but for now I don't. These shoe racks are amazing for the top shelf. Again, adds way more storage to the closet. And so overall, because I work from home, really staying organized, getting the most out of my space without feeling like it was taking over my entire house was really my main goal. And I feel like I have done that. My craft stuff is now limited to this craft room and my garage area, and that is it. I will tell you that before it was in the office that I edit in, it was really everywhere. Have I said I couldn't be happier with the outcome? I know what I have, I know where it's at, and that is a glorious thing. And I could just sing to the stars about it because I just feel that this is such a healthy way to live. And I'm not rebuying anything. And I tell you, as I was reorganizing, there were things that I found that I knew I was looking for, and I just thought, shoot, I rebought that. But you know what? That's never gonna happen again, and I am so excited about that. For those of you who wanna stick around and see how I organized the garage side of my garage, there are some new updates since I last did it with the cube organizers. I tell you, my garage, my attic, my sheds, my craft room, my craft supplies, 100% organized. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy everything on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please, because I am. Bye for now, everybody.